The crocodile strikes at the exact moment its target believes the water is safe. At the river's edge, every creature must approach what it both needs and fears. The most dangerous predator rarely reveals itself too soon. It allows the other to step into a disadvantage before closing in with precision. Why does the water become the most dangerous hotspot in the animal kingdom? On the African savanna, African wild dogs are among the most effective pack hunters on land. Each adult typically weighs around 70 pounds. They are not as massive as lions, but they make up for it with endurance, speed, and precise coordination in every chase. When the dry season stretches on, thirst drives the entire pack to the most dangerous place, the water's edge. Beneath the muddy river, the crocodile nearly disappears in the shallow water. It stays low beneath the surface, revealing only subtle signs, just enough to mislead eyes tired from the heat. When one member of the pack steps close to the bank, the margin of safety narrows within seconds. The crocodile can burst forward with remarkable speed over short distances. The water suddenly churns, forcing the pack to pull back and break formation. In that instant, the advantage of numbers is no longer enough to control the situation. At other times, when the wild dogs drive their prey toward the water's edge, the crocodile quickly seizes the opportunity to claim a share. The result of an entire pursuit can shift in a single moment. In the wild, advantage never fully belongs to one species across every terrain. For an adult crocodile, antelope are among the most vital sources of survival, especially when the dry season forces herds to gather at the water's edge. Yet, overcoming these targets has never been simple. Antelope are built with explosive muscle, sharp horns, and powerful kicks. Their sudden bursts of speed often allow them to escape danger in an instant. Among them, the impala remains the most common target, even as it maintains constant vigilance. Each time it lowers its head to drink, it repeatedly lifts it to scan for the slightest change in its surroundings. Reading this rhythm, the marsh predator waits patiently near the bank, choosing the precise moment to disturb the surface. Even though an impala can leap up to about 10 feet high, a sudden close-range surge can still halt that escape. With waterbuck, the encounter takes on a different pattern. Their oily, water-resistant coat allows them to move into deeper water to shake off land predators. However, this decision can lead them directly into a crocodile's hidden position. In that environment, their advantage on land is no longer effective. When facing larger species such as kudu or eland, the crocodile must draw the encounter into deeper water. Without firm ground beneath them, the antelope's physical strength is noticeably reduced. At that point, a bite force estimated at around 3,000 pounds per square inch becomes a decisive advantage. Despite its formidable ambush strategy, a crocodile's success rate is only about 30%. This number reflects the unforgiving reality of survival in the wild. The cheetah is one of the most remarkable speed designs on the savanna. With a deep chest, long, slender legs, and a spine that flexes like a spring, it can reach speeds of up to 70 miles per hour in just a few strides. Yet this optimization comes with a clear weakness. Its lightweight frame makes it less suited for direct struggles, especially on slippery terrain like the water's edge. That weakness becomes evident whenever the cheetah lowers its head to drink. This posture narrows its field of view. At the same time, its advantage in speed is no longer effective when distance suddenly shortens. Subtle ripples on the surface are quickly detected by the crocodile, triggering an ancient hunting instinct. In a single slowed moment, the water erupts, turning the riverbank into a place where the line between safety and danger fades. It is a lesson other cheetahs cannot ignore. In later crossings, or when approaching the water, heightened awareness helps them react in time to avoid danger below. In those moments, legs built for speed are no longer used to sprint, but to pivot and evade a sudden surge from the water. In nature, speed only holds true value when it is paired with the ability to choose where it is safe to survive. Under the vast skies of East Africa, the Great Migration stands as one of the most intense survival journeys on Earth. More than 1.5 million wildebeest travel long distances in search of fresh grasslands. But the greatest challenge lies not on the savanna, but in the rivers that block their path. The Mara River appears as a stark boundary between opportunity and risk. Murky water, steep banks, and slick mud quickly strip away the wildebeest's mobility, turning the crossing point into an ideal setting for Nile crocodiles to wait in ambush. As pressure builds from behind, those at the front are almost forced to move first. It is in the moment of disrupted formation that crocodiles apply their most effective strategy. They do not need to pursue over long distances. Instead, they wait for the current, the crowding, and the rising tension to slow their targets. A single misstep in the water, a brief loss of balance, and the advantage can shift instantly. With large bodies and powerful jaws, crocodiles rely on position and timing to dominate in the water. In that environment, land speed is no longer a reliable advantage, and herd instinct cannot always hold formation. Each crossing of the Mara River becomes not just a passage, but a demanding test of survival. Here, the winner is not always the fastest, but the one that understands where its advantage truly lies. Lions have long been seen as symbols of power on the African grasslands. An adult male can weigh around 420 pounds, with dense muscles, strong jaws, and explosive short bursts of speed. Yet a lion's true strength lies not only in its physical ability, but also in territory control, pride coordination, and the pressure it places on nearly every land rival. That dominance begins to weaken when the lion approaches the boundary between land and water. On a hot afternoon, the scent of food near the river draws a large male toward the bank. The calm surface appears harmless, but beneath it lies the crocodile's domain. In an instant, the murky water erupts. A crocodile surges upward in a rapid ambush, forcing the lion into a reactive position on unfavorable ground. The powerful animal can only respond on instinct before quickly retreating to shore. The risk grows even greater when a lion must cross the river. Clouded water conceals the crocodile's approach, turning each stroke into a test of survival. For younger lions, curiosity and thirst can lead them too close to still water, where the margin of safety shrinks to just a few dozen feet. In reality, there have been recorded instances of crocodiles overpowering lions when they enter the water or move too close to ambush zones. This serves as a reminder that the title of strongest does not belong to one species in every place. Crocodiles and hippos share the freshwater systems of Africa, yet they represent two very different forms of power. The crocodile is a silent ambush predator, relying on patience, concealment, and sudden close-range strikes. The hippo, in contrast, is defined by intense territorial behavior, a body that can exceed 3,000 pounds, and jaws that can open to nearly 150 degrees as a warning display. This contrast is why crocodiles rarely choose direct confrontation with an alert adult hippo. Opportunities usually appear at the edge of the group when a calf drifts away from its mother or moves beyond the protective circle by a few feet. In that moment, the seemingly calm water can become a point of ambush. The crocodile quietly closes the distance, taking advantage of the calf's inexperience before the mother's defense can fully form. But once the mother appears, the situation shifts almost instantly. She moves forward, pressing the crocodile back toward areas where other adult hippos are present. Under the pressure of massive bodies, decisive reactions, and strong protective instincts, the crocodile recognizes that staying would place it at a disadvantage. The lesson for an ambush predator is clear. Withdrawing at the right moment is not failure, but the most effective way to survive. A single tilt of the wings is enough to signal that the eagle has entered the hunt. From above, it reads every movement and waits for the prey to reveal a weakness. When the eagle attacks, everything happens faster than the reactions below can respond. Against other predators, it uses pressure from above to dominate the encounter. So what makes one dive powerful enough to change the entire situation? When winter covers the grasslands in white, golden eagles no longer have many choices when it comes to prey. That is when the flock becomes a far greater challenge. Weighing around 15 pounds, it is agile and equipped with extremely sharp hearing. Its golden-orange coat blends easily into dry summer grass, but against snow-covered ground, even small movements become easier to detect. From a high perch, the eagle studies the wind and the direction of the fox's movement. It does not choose a prolonged confrontation. Instead, it waits for the moment the rival loses focus. When the opportunity comes, the eagle drops from behind in a short, powerful, and precise approach. The fox is caught off rhythm for an instant, and the advantage quickly shifts towards the predator from the sky. But fox are not easily overcome. If danger is detected early enough, one can change direction, accelerate, and turn the terrain into an advantage. Many encounters end only as tense competition around an old feeding ground. In winter, survival does not belong to the strongest. It belongs to the one that knows how to take advantage of even the smallest opportunity. The harpy eagle is one of the most iconic predators of the South American rainforest. Unlike eagles that soar across open skies, the harpy eagle has relatively short wings, a long tail that works like a rudder, and extremely powerful legs, allowing it to maneuver through dense forest canopies. Its usual prey includes animals that spend much of their lives high in the trees. Hunting monkeys is never easy. They are fast, alert, and skilled at using branches and foliage for cover. But the harpy eagle is built for exactly this environment. Once it spots a target, it folds its wings, slips through narrow openings, and can surge forward at speeds of around 50 miles per hour. In the final moment, talons measuring nearly 5 inches help it gain control of the moment and move away through the canopy. With sloths, the challenge is different. They move more slowly, but their grip on the trees is remarkably strong. The harpy eagle must choose the perfect angle of approach to bring the reward back to the nest. The future of this eagle depends on an extremely slow breeding cycle. A pair of harpy eagles usually raises only one chick every 2 to 3 years, and the young remain dependent on their parents for a long period of time. Protecting the rainforest means preserving the throne of one of South America's most powerful rulers of the sky. Among the Rocky Mountains, where thin air and steep cliffs divide every step, mountain goats survive through near-perfect balance. A low center of gravity and specialized hooves with gripping pads allow them to turn dangerous rocky slopes into safe refuge, avoiding most predators on the ground. But at those heights, danger does not come only from below. With a wingspan close to 7 feet, the eagle rides the wind currents, reading the terrain and watching every movement of the herd. The most vulnerable targets are often young goats separated from their mothers or standing too far from the group. The eagle does not need a prolonged confrontation. It only needs one sudden approach strong enough to force the young goat into an unstable position near the cliff's edge. An adult mountain goat is a completely different challenge. A male can weigh around 150 pounds, with powerful muscles, rock-gripping hooves, and short horns used for determined defense when pressured. Because of that, the eagle does not rely on strength alone. Instead, it uses the mountain itself. One perfectly timed approach, one unstable step along the cliff, can turn the terrain into an ally of the predator. That reward does not only sustain the eagle, it is also carried back to the nest for the next generation. Along the cliffs, survival belongs to the one that keeps its balance until the very last moment. Wolves are formidable pack predators, powerful enough to throw even large animals into confusion when surrounded. But when a single wolf separates from the pack to search for food, that advantage quickly weakens. From above, the eagle detects unusual movement with its sharp amber eyes. It dives fast and precisely, creating pressure from an angle the wolf can hardly predict. Even with its much larger size, a lone wolf may still hesitate when faced with the sudden approach of a predator that rules the sky. At feeding grounds, the eagle encounters another persistent rival, the coyote. This wild canine has an estimated bite force of around 150 pounds per square inch. It may not match the strength of a wolf, but it remains dangerous through cunning behavior and endurance. When a coyote moves closer, the eagle spreads its wings as a warning display. If the distance is crossed, it may jab defensively with its beak, beat its wings powerfully, or fly off to wait for another opportunity. In nature, power does not belong only to the stronger animal. It belongs to the one that knows the right moment to hold on to an opportunity. Every dive reveals why the eagle is considered a ruler of the skies. Across the hot, dry grasslands, every species develops its own way of survival. Antelope are among the most agile symbols of the savanna. Light bodies, long legs, and explosive jumping reflexes allow them to outrun many predators on the ground. Some species can reach speeds of more than 50 miles per hour, changing direction repeatedly to disrupt pursuit. But at times, Those sudden runs away from the herd can create dangerous openings for predators from the sky. In Africa, the martial eagle is considered one of the rulers of the air. With a wingspan close to 8 feet, it is powerful enough to target young antelope or smaller individuals separated from their mothers. To succeed, the eagle does not rush its attack. It circles above, studies the distance between mother and young, then disrupts the mother's rhythm with short, sudden approaches. Once an opening appears, the martial eagle quickly changes direction and drives toward the weaker target. If it detects a young animal alone or slow to keep pace, the advantage grows even greater. For African warthogs, speeds of around 30 miles per hour help them escape many dangers on the ground. But separated piglets face a very different situation. Once the protective formation breaks apart, the martial eagle immediately takes advantage of the gap. On the savannah, speed may save a life in many moments. But against a predator that knows how to read hesitation, awareness becomes the final line of defense. Eagles are symbols of power in the sky. With around 70 species, they live across high mountains, open forests, grasslands, and coastal regions. Their bodies are light yet powerfully built, allowing them to glide long distances, conserve energy, and control wide territories. Most eagles live in long-term pairs, working together to protect the nest and raise their young through each season. In nature, they are a sign of an ecosystem that still has enough space to remain in balance. Across the open grasslands, rabbits are not only symbols of speed and agility, but also a rich source of energy for eagles. An adult rabbit often weighs around 11 pounds, making it a valuable reward after a precise hunt. But to reach prey capable of changing direction in an instant, an eagle must rely on vision, altitude, and perfect timing. From high above, a golden eagle can detect small movement on the ground from more than 1 mile away, sometimes nearly 2 miles under favorable conditions. When a rabbit moves away from its burrow to feed, the distance between it and safety begins to widen. That is the moment the eagle folds its wings, lowers its altitude, and drops in a controlled dive. Below, the rabbit changes direction repeatedly, creating zigzag patterns to disrupt the attack. The eagle's talons, often estimated to exert around 400 pounds per square inch of pressure, help maintain the advantage during the critical moment. But success is never guaranteed. Every rabbit hunt becomes a test between speed on the ground and power from the sky. It is that unpredictability that keeps nature in balance. The encounter ends, but the river is no longer as harmless as before. The crocodile slips back beneath the surface, leaving behind a lesson in patient survival. The prey learns caution, while others learn to respect the boundary. In nature, strength does not always lie in speed, but in timing. Like and subscribe to explore more of nature's unspoken rules.